Hi everyone, Tasha here for Kat Scrappiness. And today we're going to create a fun handmade Thanksgiving card. Here's a close-up of the card we're going to be creating. Some of the supplies includes the 6x6 Gobble Gobble paper pad. This one has so many fun fall and Thanksgiving prints. We'll also be using some of the leaves from the Shimmering Falling Leaves sequin mix, and these are pretty reds and golds and oranges. And then I'll be using 2 of the Stitched Nesting Dome dies. I'll be using the super fun Gobble Gobble stamp set, and these little turkey images are just my favorite. And to cut the little turkey out, I'll be using the Coordinating Gobble Gobble die set. To begin the project, I'm going to start by stamping my image. I went with the little turkey holding the little sign, and this one is great to customize. If you can use the stamps that come in the set, they fit perfectly within this little sign area, but you can also customize it. So if you wanted to make maybe place cards for Thanksgiving, you can write people's names on it, or you could put this as a gift tag on a little treat bag. There's so many options that you can do since that window area is open. I decided to select one of the greetings included in the set. I was going to go with the Go Vegan, but then I thought I would go with the Eat Ham instead. All of these greetings again fit perfectly within this window opening. I'm stamping the turkey and the greeting with black hybrid ink, and I'm going to be coloring the image with Copic markers. Using a MISTI or some type of stamping tool made it really easy to position the words within that window. And here's how the little turkey looks all cut out. I will be using 2 of those stitched nesting domes. I'll be cutting one out of a metallic cardstock and then one out of a white cardstock. Before cutting the smallest dome, I decided to create the background. I'm using some Distress Oxide ink and a little stencil that I cut out of scrap paper. You can use a cloud stencil or any type of stencil or just ink blending on the background, but I decided to just take some scrap paper, cut some wavy edges, and then create my own clouds. This is really easy to do, and again, you can make your cloud background look any way you want to. Once I was done adding the clouds, I decided to create grass with this fun little die. This is from the Kat Scrappiness Grass Add-on die set, and I'm just going to glue it directly onto the paper. Once I had the grass glued down, I'm going to use the smallest nesting gnome die, and then I'm going to cut it out with that grassy layer. This way that stitched border goes all the way around over the grass, and then it looks like one piece. I love the way it looks with that grass detail on the bottom. Once I was done with the background, I decided to go in and start my coloring. I'm just going to do some simple Copic coloring for this little turkey. I'm just going to use some brown for the turkey's head, his little feathers, and his little legs, and then I'll start adding on some other colors. You can color this turkey any way you want to, and I love that the little feathers on the back have a little bit of a design, so you can mix and match and add colors, any colors you want to this little turkey. This would also be fun for kids to do at Thanksgiving if you wanted to stamp this on a little, maybe a placemat area, or have some cards of this already stamped and have some crayons or markers for them. This would give them a fun activity to do if they were just stamped on paper, and then they can just color or draw or do whatever they want to. So once I was done with the brown, I went in with some yellow and some orange color, and then I added some pretty kind of a teal tone onto the tips of some of the wings or those feathers. And then I'm going to go in with a blue for the middle ones. I also added some purple around the edging of our little sign. I'm kind of sticking with a little bit of a fall color palette here, but I love it being colorful. I did add a little bit of red, and then I went in and again added the blue to those other feathers. The blue shades are just so pretty with the brown colors, but again, you could have any color combination you want. Once it was all done, here's how my little turkey looks, and I love that little pop of blue and teal in the background. I was just trying to position him to make sure that everything fit the way I wanted it to. Next, I'm going to go in and attach my layers. Here's this pretty plaid paper that's from the Gobble Gobble 6x6 paper pad. I'm attaching it to a green background that matches the grass that we cut so it coordinates, and I think this green looks great with this plaid colors. Then I'm going to put it to a top folding A2 size card, and it's going to just stand up perfectly. And then I'm going to attach the largest dome to the center of the card. I did have the dome slightly closer to the top since I wanted to add another greeting along the bottom. And you see with these nesting domes, it makes it super easy to attach multiple layers. You can also use 2 nesting domes together and create a frame if you didn't want to layer the paper on top of that back layer. For my little turkey though, I decided to go in with some foam tape. I like to have some of my characters raised up a bit, and this way the turkey looks like he's standing on top of that grassy bottom. So I went in with my foam tape and then just made sure I had some on the center, the bottom, and then on both sides of his wings. This way he had enough tape on him so he didn't kind of, go off on one side or not be secure. I wanted to make sure he didn't move around. And he just fits inside the small dome perfectly. Lastly, I stamped Happy Thanksgiving from the same set with the same black ink and layered it with the green paper. I attached it to the bottom with some glue runner, and then I'm going to go in with some of these pretty shimmering leaves. To attach these leaves, I'm just going to sprinkle some onto a piece of scrap paper, and I'm using liquid adhesive. I'm going to have them falling around the sky, so I just kind of added a little bit of glue in all of the little open areas, and I'm just going to start building up my leaves. These leaves have all different colors, and when the light shines, they sparkle so much. They're so pretty. You have some that have more gold, some that have red, some that have orange, and it's just, when they're all combined, it's just such a pretty color combination. I did add some leaves also to that sentiment area. I wanted to kind of look like the leaves were falling off trees and blowing around. And I liked the way it looked, but then I thought we're going to have to add some leaves to the grassy area as well, since the leaves are blowing around the background. So for the bottom, I'm just going to attach a little more glue, and I'm just adding a whole bunch of leaves around that grassy area. This is just so easy to do, and I just love the way it shimmers. Kat Scrappiness has a whole bunch of fun sequin mixes, and they have pearls that would also look great on these type of cards. So here is my completed project with all the pretty leaves all in the background and my little turkey. I hope you guys enjoyed today's project and are inspired to create a fun Thanksgiving themed project using the Gobble Gobble stamp and die set. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.